Have you ever wondered who's really in charge at home? I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your pets. In a perfectly sunlit apartment, a beautiful, unspoken system is in place. And at the center of it all is Morris, a large, lazy, orange tabby. Our story begins one morning. Benny, a lovable golden retriever, is asleep on his plush bed. An alarm goes off, but he doesn't stir. Not until Maurice, sitting on the windowsill, flicks his tail once, a single, precise motion. That's the real alarm clock. Benny's eyes snap open. He pads to his food bowl. It's empty. Benny looks to Morris, who remains a furry statue. Benny sits. He waits. Enter Claire, the well-intentioned human roommate. She sees Benny waiting and goes to feed him. "Morning, Benny boy. Hungry?" she asks. As she pours the kibble, Morris finally leaps down, his tail brushing Benny's nose as he passes. "You just let him do all the waiting, don't you? You little freeloader," she says to Morris. The cat just blinks slowly. If looks could judge, Claire would be guilty as charged. Claire's phone rings. It's her friend Javier, a dog trainer. "Yeah, come over around noon," she says. "I think Benny needs some confidence. He's so sweet, but he's kind of passive." The moment she leaves the room, Maurice transforms. The lazy facade drops. He is now a general on a mission. He stares at the back door. Benny, finished with his breakfast, looks up. Maurice flicks his gaze from the door to the leash hanging on a hook. Benny understands immediately. He trots over, picks up the leash, and brings it to where Claire left her phone. Just as he drops it, Claire returns. "Ah, you want to go out? Good boy. See, he's initiating," she exclaims, completely oblivious. As she clips on the leash, Benny looks back at Maurice. The cat is already back on the sofa, bathed in sun, eyes closed. The audience is dismissed. Later that day, Javier arrives, armed with treat pouches and professional confidence. Morris watches, from his perch on top of a bookshelf, a silent, furry gargoyle. "He's a follower," Javier declares. "You need to be the pack leader, Claire. He needs to make his own choices." To prove his point, Claire offers Benny 2 toys, a squeaky hedgehog and a rubber bone. Benny looks utterly paralyzed, his eyes darting to the bookshelf for guidance. But Morris is busy cleaning a paw, feigning absolute boredom. No signal is given. "See, no independent thought," Javier says. "It's like he's waiting for permission," Claire whispers from the cat. The cat stops grooming, fixing Javier with a stare of pure contempt. Instantly, Benny snatches the bone and starts wagging his tail. Javier and Claire exchange a wide-eyed look. "Coincidence," Javier mutters unconvincingly. What follows is a complete breakdown of the household's delicate system, all in the name of training. Javier institutes an earn your bowl policy, forcing Benny to perform tricks before eating. The kibble is late. The sacred afternoon sunbeam on the sofa goes unslept in. The balance is disturbed. Then comes the walk war. Javier insists on new, exploratory routes, abandoning their set schedule. Maurice tries to lead them down their usual path, but Claire follows Javier in the opposite direction. Benny is literally pulled between his 2 leaders, whining in confusion. Morris is left behind, a betrayed statue at the corner of their old route. Finally, toy tyranny. The toy basket is gone. Javier has hidden the toys for Benny to discover on his own, but Benny just mopes by the empty spot where the basket used to be. Seeing his disciples' distress, Maurice decides to take matters into his own paws. From a cat's eye view, we see a stealth mission unfold. He bats a ball out from under the couch. He nudges the hedgehog off a shelf. With each discovery, Benny's joy is immediate. Then, Claire walks in just in time to see Morris deliberately pushing the last toy, a rope, out of a closet with his paw. You're doing it," she says, astonished. "You're giving them to him." Morris meets her gaze, drops the rope, and walks away. The message is clear. You broke it. I'm fixing it. The apartment is now a mess. A stressed-out Benny has knocked over a plant. Toys are everywhere, and the water bowl is empty. Claire looks across the room. Maybe he already has a leader. They both look at Maurice. He is the picture of calm, sitting by his full water fountain, next to his full food bowl, in a perfect square of sunlight. He is the sovereign ruler of a kingdom in chaos. He places a jumbo, cheese-stuffed dog treat by the door to the boring backyard. Then, he places a simple, dry biscuit by the door leading to a fun walk in the park. Instinct versus reward, he announces. Benny is quivering, his eyes locked on the cheese-stuffed treat, drool forming. But his head turns, seeking his strategist. Maurice is on the coffee table, right between the two options. He looks at the jumbo treat. He looks at Javier's smug face. He looks at the boring backyard. Then he looks at the simple biscuit, the park door, and finally, at Benny's desperate, trusting face. A slow blink. A decision is made. Morris does something he has never done before. He gets up, walks over, and with a loud crunch, takes a bite of the dry, boring dog biscuit. He chews it with an expression of profound distaste and swallows with effort. Then he looks at Benny and flicks his tail toward the park door. The chain of command is restored. With a burst of pure joy, Benny completely ignores the giant treat and bolts to the park door, barking happily, his tail spinning like a helicopter. Javier's jaw is on the floor. Claire's face transforms from confusion to dawning, awestruck understanding. The true leader has spoken. And so, we find Claire and Benny on their old, familiar route at the park as the sun sets. Benny is blissful, sniffing his favorite trees, and walking a parallel path, like a regal security detail, is Morris. He's not on a leash, of course. They stop at their usual bench. As Benny drinks from his bowl, Morris leaps up beside Claire. It's not control, is it? She says softly to the cat. It's partnership. You're the brains. He's the everything else. Maurice leans over and gently butts his head against her hand, a rare, deliberate gesture of affection. Back in the now clean, orderly apartment, peace is restored. Benny is asleep, Claire is reading, and Morris is in his sunbeam spot, purring deeply. The system is balanced. The kingdom is at peace, because in this house, everyone knows who's really in charge. Thanks for watching. If you love stories about the secret lives of our pets, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.